So my name is Frank Parker, and this is the Unit 3 group project called the Horsehead Nebula. You want to all introduce yourselves?
I'm Ryan Miller.
Iago.
I'm Christian. And I'm Sebastian.
So to start, the James Webb Space Telescope was launched in 2021 as a space-based observatory that improves upon the Hubble Space Telescope's strength with longer wavelength coverage and better sensitivity. This advanced technology allows the telescope to see far into the universe, looking at things like nebula, which act as a nursery for stars and ultimately life itself, promoting breakthrough discoveries and outstanding images.
So in April of this year, the James Webb Space Telescope released data on a nebula within the Orion constellation. So here's the Orion constellation, and right here, you can see where my finger's pointed. That's where the Horsehead Nebula is located. And I'll show you basically zooming into that. Here are these images. These are actually real images from the James Webb Telescope of the Horsehead Nebula. And in particular, they zoomed in right here to get this image. And it's particularly this region that they were collecting data on.
So the James Webb Telescope was looking for new forming stars, and since the stars normally are form in the nebulae, uh, they're also dedicating the chemical composition that are present in the nebula, detecting.
So the telescope did it by because when it was built, it was equipped with instruments that detect infrared radiation, and looking at the infrared radiation of the nebula, they can see the wavelengths, and depending on which wavelength, they can determine which chemical or compound or element it is. Then same thing, they could also use the infrared radiation to determine if there's any nearby or new forming stars, or just determine the age of stars that already exist in the nebula.
In conclusion, the James Webb Space Telescope observed the nebulae and transforming and understanding how the stars and planets potentially forming materials arise in the galaxy by unveiling and process within the stellar nurseries and around like dying stars, and it has demonstrated complexity of life, cycle of stars, and the rich chemistry of the nebula. The discoveries have laid foundations of understanding evolutions of galaxies and the formation of planetary systems and demonstrations of organic and molecules of critical for life.
Yeah, and it's important to also note that James Webb is still analyzing the Horsehead Nebula, and we have more discoveries to look forward to. And that's the end of our presentation.